We believe in families. And why is that? To understand what we mean, we first need to look at what family is. So, what is family? No, seriously, what does family mean to you? It's a fairly simple question, but it can be sort of difficult to answer because it depends on who you ask. Google, for example, shows a lot of results, about 9.8 billion results. And if back windshield stickers are any indication, family can mean a number of things. But how can this be? Is everyone wrong? No. And that's what makes family so special to us. At CHS, we focus on family in everything we do. Everything. It's in our mission statement. It's in our work. Our successes, our failures, our goals, and our fears. It's what makes us feel all warm and fuzzy. And it's also what keeps us up some nights. It's everywhere. And it's been this way for more than 100 years. You may have heard of the story of the founding of CHS in 1902 by a group of young businessmen in Greensboro, aptly called the Young Businessmen's Club of Greensboro. How they formed the North Carolina Children's Home Society to provide a home for the child who needs a home and a child for the home which needs a child in a time where the number of homeless children was on the rise. You may recognize their names. Names that are intertwined with many industries in North Carolina even today. You may have heard of the first receiving home CHS opened in 1916 to provide temporary housing for children awaiting their forever families. Or about the time when 5 homeless children made their way to the doorstep of that same receiving home and said, "Can somebody help us, youngins?" You may have heard of the story of Mary Lee Hutchins, the first infant taken into the receiving home in 1917, who would later be known as Little Sunshine, since it is said she cast a ray of light onto everyone she met. And how dark a day it was for children and families throughout the state when they learned of her death a few short years later. A life cut short, but whose impact can still be felt today, since contributions in her honor and memory are said to have helped keep the doors of CHS open at that time. Maybe you've heard the story of Dr. Ravenel, a Greensboro doctor who dedicated more than 50 years of service to CHS by providing health care to every child who walked through its doors, free of charge. You may have even heard about the time when CHS closed its doors to new children in 1942. Or better yet, when it reopened those doors in 1944 with a renewed dedication to serving children and families. You may have heard of Harriet Tynes, who not only helped lead the way to the reopening of CHS, but also paved the way for the expansion of staff and offices across the state. And it will come as no surprise that stories much like these have continued to fill the pages of our history at CHS for the last 70 years. A legacy of service from countless individuals and an outpouring of support from our communities to create a society of people whose belief lies in loving relationships and whose message is of hope. This can be seen today in the growth and expansion of programs and services offered by CHS. Programs like Wise Guys, Healthy Steps, and Say So. Services like child-focused recruitment, intensive family preservation, professional training, and parent education. These and so many more. Each chapter building on the last toward a single purpose. You may have heard all of these stories and more, or maybe you haven't heard any of them before now. For more than 100 years, our success can be measured in the lives of those that came after, in letting a child be a child, and providing a family the chance to simply be. Success is measured in every bedtime story, in every lesson learned, and in every awkward family photo. Family has never been easy, but it has always been worth it. It is why still today we promote the right of every child to a permanent, safe, and loving family. It's who we are, and it's what we believe. The truth is, family can't always fit into a dictionary definition. Family is messy. Family is beautiful. Family is hope. And family is love. It can cause heartache and joy. It can transform and it can heal. It can live inside a single moment. And it can last for generations. And that is why we believe in families.